I try to explain this to people in a way they can understand. The only thing I could come up with was the magic can of evolution. And I'm a scientist, so I like to do experiments. I'm going to dump everything out of my can. And I thought, what if I took an enclosed space and I put a complex mechanism and try to get it to come together, even if I have all the right parts. So I thought a pin is a perfect example. I'll take the tip of the pin and the spring and the ink cartridge, and then I pull off the clip, and I pop out the button and the clicker mechanism and the tube. Okay, so I've got all my parts, and I'm going to put them back in the magic can of evolution. So I've got all the parts. Evolution can't even explain where the parts came from, the organic molecules needed for life. But even if you have all the parts, and they're in an enclosed space, and I add energy, that's what I'm doing. I'm shaking it, I'm spinning it, I'm dropping it, I'm kicking it. How about if I do it for 15 billion years, do I ever get a working pin? Now, I've done this a lot, and I did it at college one time, and someone said, yeah, but there's this experiment in school called Miller's experiment, where this guy back in the 1950s, he added a spark of energy to a bunch of chemicals, and he formed amino acids, and that shows that life could just form. So I thought, well, to be fair, you know, I'll add an explosive energy. So I'm going to add a firecracker to the magic can of evolution and see if I can't get my pin to come back together. So, I lost my firecracker. That's why I bring more than one. But see, you know, as a scientist, you got to do scientific stuff. It's kind of fun. I hate it when this happens. Now, see, it is so absurd that it's laughable. We laugh at it, it's so ridiculous. You know, there was obviously two pins in here, okay? Now, if I don't say that, I got everybody coming up afterwards and oh, how did you do that? But you understand what we're doing as the Christian, as the light to the world, we're allowing the people around us and the children around us to week in and week out, month in and month out, year in and year out, decade after decade, go through an educational indoctrination system where they're being taught that something 1,000,000 times more ridiculous than that is that all the thousands of chemicals of life could have come together to form the first living cell, and all of the thousands of parts needed for one type of creature to turn into another could have just happened by random processes and time and chance. Way more ridiculous than what I just showed you, and yet we don't laugh at that. And we just allow it to go on around us as if it's the truth. It's really